Rejection feels like a dead end. You ask for a favor or try to make plans, and you're immediately hit with a wall of excuses. It feels like they're reacting to you rather than the request itself. To get past that reflex, we have to move away from spontaneous talking. This document outlines a 5-step sequence based on psychological triggers that guide a conversation toward a specific result. Before we start, identify the person you want to influence and exactly what you want them to do. Because these tools bypass logical defense mechanisms, keep your intentions ethical. When you follow a script, you stop being a passive participant in the conversation. You become the one who defines the boundaries of the interaction. Step 1 is the setup. Most people fail here by asking for a favor directly. That approach signals a demand, triggering an automatic desire to protect their time and energy. Instead of a question, use a challenge. I have a task, but honestly, it's probably too hard for you. This statement targets their ego. Their brain switches from how do I avoid this work to how do I prove I'm competent enough to do it. They end up volunteering just to protect their pride. Once the ego is engaged, move to step 2, the ask. When locking in plans, never use a format that allows for a yes or no answer. Those words give the other person an easy exit. Give a choice between 2 specific outcomes that both work for you. For example, Pizza Hut or Domino's. They feel a sense of agency making the final selection. However, their choice occurs within a predetermined environment where every path leads to your goal. You win because you control the options from the start, leaving their ego intact while getting exactly what you wanted. Step 3 is the pivot. This is for moments when someone avoids the conversation entirely. Avoid the urge to get angry. Anger makes people defensive. Instead, send this message. I understand. If I were important to you, you probably would have found the time. This forces them to look in an emotional mirror. They see their own behavior reflected back, which triggers a sense of guilt. Often, they will immediately reach out to apologize and try to make it up to you. Next is step 4, the override. Logic is a weak tool when facing an emotional block. You cannot argue someone out of a feeling using facts. To bypass their resistance, you have to create an emotional spike. You frame the situation around pride, empathy, or the fear of missing out. Connect your goal to one of these high-intensity feelings. Show them how achieving this task makes them look better, or what they stand to lose if they stay on the sidelines. When people are in a state of high emotion, their decisions feel absolute. They act on the feeling of the moment, overriding their usual hesitation. Facts and logic fade quickly. The person who defines how everyone feels is the one who ultimately makes the decision. Step 5 is the finisher. This is the most difficult part of the script to master because it requires total self-control. State your final point. Keep your eyes locked on theirs. Give a small, confident smile, and then say nothing. Your brain will scream at you to fill the silence. You'll want to explain yourself or soften your stance to make things less awkward. If you speak first, you lose your leverage. As the silence continues, the other person's discomfort grows. They start to overanalyze their own position and feel a mounting pressure to resolve the tension. Watch the timer. This is exactly how long you need to wait after making your point. Weaponized silence makes the other person break. They will often agree to your terms or reveal the truth just to end the psychological pressure you've created. You now have a complete 5-step framework for any interaction. You can bypass excuses and guide people towards your goals without ever raising your voice. The steps are clear. Engage the ego, control the choices, mirror the guilt, hijack the emotions, and use silence to close the deal. Influence comes from framing the environment so effectively that the other person chooses your desired outcome for their own reasons. Take this script and test it on the goal you set at the start. To continue mastering these tools, click the screen now for the 7-day challenge video. I'll meet you there.